the PhatPhish Guitar Studio. Today I'm going to be answering a question that was sent in by Abby, who doesn't say where they are. So if you do send a question through this link, as well as sending your question, say where you're from, because it's nice to know where people live who are sending questions in. Okay, on with the question. Abby says, I'd love to get a little bit of help from you. More than happy to help. Actually, I'm kind of a beginner to guitar playing and I can only play reasonably simple stuff at the moment. In a few weeks I have an event at school and I'd like to play guitar at that. Good. I'm in search of some simple, easy to play songs, yet a good number that people will enjoy hearing. Can you please suggest some great, easy to play and popular songs, anything from rock music that people will like? Hope we get some help. Okay, good question. Well done for having the nerve to get up and play in front of people when you're just a beginner. Obviously, if you're new to something, it takes a bit of time before you get the confidence to play in front of other people. So it's good that you want to get up and play live. So, what sort of stuff should you be playing? First recommendation is to think of songs that, as you say, people will enjoy. Now, people, I guess they're kind of comfortable with stuff that they already know. So if you can pick, standard sort of songs. I guess it's a generational thing. Sort of things I would immediately jump on as things like Beatles or Stones or something like that. I guess if you're younger, you probably want to look at some more contemporary stuff. Everybody likes Foo Fighters or something like that. What you need to think about though is how you play those songs. If you think about the lead melody of a song, and you're just going to play the one note after another, the melody, it doesn't really fill out the space. If you're wanting to play a song, just you and your guitar to a group of people, really you need to be thinking about just playing the chords that make up the song, because the chords are like the foundation upon which the song is built. So you have what's called a chord progression. So if you search around online for a song that you like, if you plug into a search engine of your choice the song title and chords, chances are somebody will have transcribed that song with chords. Not necessarily showing you the chord boxes to play, but at least the names of the chords. So that's something you can start with. Now, depending on how long you've been playing, you will have a certain size of chord vocabulary, the number of chords that you actually know. And you might find when you see a song transcribed, it's got some chords that you don't recognise. The example I gave at the start, Beatles. There's some great songs everybody knows, but they'll include some more complex chords that you may only know sort of basic major and minor chords, possibly the odd seventh chord. Again, some other some more complex music, it will have more complex chords in it, seventh chords, extended chords, and so on. But don't worry too much. Now, if you look at a piece of music transcribed, you might see some chords that you don't immediately recognise. For argument's sake, you might see something written down as E major 9. Now, an E major 9 chord sounds like this. It's got a number of notes which are the formula of an E major 9. But if you're coming at this as more of a beginner, don't worry so much about the numbers at the end, just focus on the start of it. What letter does it begin with? It begins with an E. So you can actually get away with, if you have a chord progression that's got that E major 9, get away with just playing a plain old E major, which is a chord that you probably already know. So when you see chords written down for a song, if they look like this, don't worry too much about all the stuff that comes after it. You're only interested in what's the first letter, and is there a small m, is there a minor after it. So does it boil down to being a major chord or a minor chord? All the other extensions give the chord a bit more flavour, a bit more interest. But if it's a chord that you're not familiar with, it doesn't matter, you can break it down to something a bit more simple. I could have a chord progression that starts off with, say, like a minor 7th, goes to a dominant 9, finishing on a major 7. break that down to just a simple minor, major, major chord. So it's basically got the same sort of feel, hasn't got quite as much colour because I'm playing with more basic chords. But as a beginner, if you only know the basic major and minor chords, well, you can break the progression down to chords that you understand and you're familiar with. Because if you're going to be playing in front of people, it's important that you're playing what you're comfortable with. You need to practice so you can play comfortably and it sounds natural, and you're not going to make a mistake, because if you do make a mistake and you're new to playing in front of people, it'll make you unsettled and more likely to make another mistake, and you end up in this vicious circle. So if you stay kind of within your comfort zone for something like this, but using chords that you understand and you're already familiar with playing, it's just a case of arranging them in the right order. You can think a little bit as well about how you play the chords in the progression. If you just play them as just strummed chords, or you arpeggiate them if you play individual notes out of the chords. It gives it a bit more variety and a bit more colour. Now, you didn't say if you're playing acoustic or electric for this, and just thinking a little bit about how you actually sound. First and foremost, make sure you're in tune, that's really important. But also you can think a little bit about sort of the sound that you're getting. If you've got access to like an electric guitar and some effects, or you've got an electroacoustic guitar that you can plug in, I'd seriously suggest thinking about putting a bit of reverb onto the sound, possibly even some digital delay, some echo, just to fill the sound out, because by the sounds of it, it's going to be just you and your guitar. So if you can fill the sound out and make it sound bigger, doesn't sound quite so isolated. As an example, what I'll do, I will just turn off and turn down my delay and reverb. So this is what my guitar sounds like, just what we call a dry signal. And that sounds okay, but if I kick in, got a little bit of digital delay, some echo, some reverb on the amp, and I've actually got a little chorus pedal in there as well. And this sounds a bit bigger. So that's something else you might want to think about, how you actually sound. Don't bathe your guitar in effects. It's a nice, simple sound. But if you can, like I say, put a bit of echo on, it just kind of fills the sound out and makes the whole thing a little bit more, a bit more interesting. Now, I don't know how long you've got for this performance, if it's just one song or 2 songs or half a dozen or whatever. If you've got the opportunity to play a number of songs, though, you might want them mixed up a little bit. If you've only got the opportunity for one, I'd say stick for something fairly major, reasonably up-tempo. It's going to get people energised. If you've got the opportunity to play a number of different songs, start on something major key and reasonably upbeat, possibly go into something minor and a bit slower in the middle, and then step it up at the end and finish on a high with something more up-tempo and major key. So go out, do a bit of Googling, look for songs that you like and will enjoy playing, and hopefully other people will recognise and enjoy playing. Hopefully somebody out there will have done a transcription of the chords for the song that you're looking for. If you can't find a transcription of the song, then chances are it's not that popular, so it kind of doesn't meet the criteria for playing songs that people will recognise and enjoy listening to. If the chords aren't chords that you're familiar with, don't forget you can distill them down to something more fundamental, just basic major and minor chords. And importantly, practice, so that on the day you're going to be confident about playing and people aren't going to sense you're kind of struggling or really conscious about hitting individual strings. You can just relax, you can enjoy it, and if you're enjoying it, other people will kind of pick up on that and enjoy listening to you as well. And if you're confident with what you're playing, you won't be easily distracted or put off if there's a noise in the audience or something like that that puts you off, and then you make a little mistake, and then that in turn puts you off, and you end up in this sort of vicious circle. So hopefully there's some advice that you found useful there, and hope everything goes well on the day. As always, thanks very much for watching. If you like the video, please click the like button down there, and if you really like the video, please click on the subscribe button also down there somewhere to subscribe to the PhatPhish Guitar Studio channel on YouTube so you can see other content that I put out there. If you've got a suggestion for a future video, you want to ask me a question, then there's a form page down here where you can submit your question, and please don't forget to tell me where you are. It's always interesting to know where people are in the world who are watching this channel. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video next time. Bye for now.